go ahead and find out what this one's all about. Of course, this knife and every other knife you see in this video will be linked down below, so you guys can check out prices, availability, and variants. Let's see what we're getting here. We got the paperwork, Ferramonster card, and a Velcro patch here, as they usually do, with their King Kong Gorilla logo going on there. And of course, we got the knife here, right? Zipper pouch, pretty standard stuff. And here's the knife, guys. We got a wiping cloth, but here we go. This is what we're in for. If you're ready, I'm ready. Let's go ahead and take a look and see what the Valken, right? Very interesting name, what the Valken is all about. So let's get a closer look here. 2x zoom. We got some speed holes going on there. Bead blasted finish on the titanium on both sides. Titanium pocket clip. And we got a, it looks like a back flipper and thumb studs on this one. There's the Arctic inlays. Let's go 5x zoom here so you can see, right? I also love the Ferramonster pivot logo, very clean, kind of got that arrow right there, right? Pretty clean design. And this one's going to be a frame lock, right? From what we can see, with a steel insert and a non-reversible pocket clip. It's going to be about this much deep carry, okay? So with that in mind, let's go ahead and get this thing deployed here, shall we? If you're ready, I'm ready. Bam. Okay. Listen, that actually deployed with a little bit of an attitude right there. Check that out. We got a kind of like a clip point blade, buoy blade, if you would, with maybe a little bit of a harpoon there. I'm not sure. Let's get the closer look there. You guys be the judge. One thing is for sure, though, we got the belt satin finish, or maybe like a, regular satin finish, perhaps, with a flat grind for sure. M390, future me put that HRC on the screen for all my HRC folks out there. And again, it's going to be a frame lock, so there we go. Good access to that lock bar, by the way, from the show side. It's very nice and easy to push over down and to the left to disengage. And by the way, while we're here, that lockup is going to be very nice, about maybe, what, 10-15% or so. There's your D10 bolt and everything, and there's that steel insert for steel on steel contact. So let's check out that close. It's going to be a little bit of a shake shutter, right, while it breaks in. One thing's for sure, though, that back flipper has good jimping on it, so deploying this guy with that back flipper is going to be money.
Money!
Okay, thumb deployment. Okay, make sure not to put pressure on the lock bar, Miguel. There we go. We got a very decently tuned D10 here. Okay, very nice. And reverse flick, here we go. All right, let's try that reverse flick. I don't know, maybe it needs a little bit of braking. It's a little bit stiff on the reverse flick. I'm not sure why I can't do it. Yeah. Something's going on here. Like, I mean, reverse flicking should be as easy as that, right? That is a very smooth reverse flick. By the way, this one is the Spectrum. We'll come back to this one during size comparisons. This is also another model from Ferramonster. So, yeah, reverse flicking should be a no-brainer. I'm not sure why it's such a stiff experience on this one. Maybe, after I break it in for a while, perhaps. I think that D10, though, is tuned to be really, really strong. So that's not helping the reverse flick experience. I'm using the nail here. All right, so that's a little bit difficult to do. And I'm using the meat. And I'm just tearing my finger here and not really getting anywhere. So, yeah, I'll see how this one goes here as it breaks over time as far as deployment goes. But it looks like we have a little bit on the, stiffer D10 side of things. It does help with the back flipper for sure, right? That is nice. And then we can do the good old disengagement, drop it on your nail, and then shake the rest of the way down. Good alignment on the blade there, as you can see. And we got the stress relief cut out on the outside instead of the inside. Titanium backspacer. And I'll go ahead and bring my magnet of truth here. So no pull anywhere here or the pocket clip. There are no internal liners, so the handles are just titanium all the way. And there is some milling inside here for weight reduction. Take a closer look at that. We'll get a weight check in a moment here. There you go. And the speed holes are only on the show side, not the other side. Got a lanyard solution back here for my lanyard people. We'll take a look at that. All right, very interesting there, how they did that. And still, very comfortable. Let's go ahead and do the ergos. Oh yeah, this nice curvature back here. Nice and comfortable. The flipper tab is going to work as your finger guard. And then we are able to get a full purchase here. By the way, I apologize if my voice sounds a little bit under the weather. Kind of feels like I'm coming down with something. I'm not sure, but Here we go. Still getting these videos out for you guys. So go ahead and smash that like button. Right, support your boy over here putting in some work so you guys have these videos to enjoy. Really appreciate it. But yeah, ergos are going to be really, really good. I'm going to give it a good 9 out of 10 right there. Pretty solid, right? Full purchase, average size hands, right? Not the biggest of hands, not the smallest of hands. But yeah, I'm able to get a full grip. And thumb here on the blade, we got some jimping there, which is nice. We got this other portion right here, which also feels good for the thumb. All right, check that out. And by the way, that is one gorgeous blade. Like, come on. You can't deny that. That is one good looking blade. Good finger choice situation here also. And, you know, overall, just very clean design. I'm noticing the thumb deployment even requires a little bit of force. If you are someone who really enjoys your D10s extra stiff, or maybe a stronger D10 than usual, I feel like this one might be just the sauce for you. Light switching, it works. Push buttoning it also works. Trying to fill it, yeah, there ain't no way. That D10 is tuned a little bit on the stronger side, so almost impossible to fill this thing. So there you go. Let's do some size comparisons really quick. Right, so here it is, the Valken, right, and this one is the Spectrum right here. This one also released this year. And here we have the Ferrox as well. These are all new models from Ferramonster. Take a closer look there. So it's going to be somewhere between the Ferrox and the Spectrum. Right, check out Wixco knives. This one here is the Axor, and this one here is the Vortex, right? This is Wixco knives, a sister brand, or a more budget-friendly brand, subsidiary of Ferramonster. And rapid fire, some of the usual ones here in the channel. There's the MSI from Microtech. Here is the Stitch, Microtech Stitch. They're rocking Lex custom scales in titanium, right? Check out those install videos if you haven't checked them out yet. These are going to be a little bit bigger, of course, than the Valken by comparison. Here's the PM2, and here's the Para 3. So it's very PM2 size, maybe a hair shorter, more or less, somewhere in that vicinity. PM3, Para 3 is going to be a little bit shorter, of course. Here's the Demco 8020.5, and last but not least, the Kumbu Chad. So very similar to the Chad, maybe a little bit shorter, but definitely larger than the 8020.5. Again, all these knives are linked down below if you guys want to check out prices, availability, and variants. And some quick stats here for my knife nerds. We have about an 8-inch. That's going to be a whopping 8-inch. Yeah, 8-inch knife. We have 3.5-inch blade, 3.5 cutting path, and a 4.5 handle. As far as the weight goes, let's do a quick weight check here. Make sure we're zeroed out. And I'm going to say it's pretty lightweight. I'm going to go with 3 ounces, somewhere in the 3 ounces, 3.2. All right, let's go with that. A little bit more, right? Got to calibrate. I haven't been doing this for a week. I was out for a week on vacation, so I got to calibrate my weight guessing. But 4 ounces, that's what we have a scale, right? Which is doing this for fun, 112 grams or 4 ounces. That's pretty good. I guess, yes, considering the size, you know, it could fool me, right? It definitely feels a little bit lighter than it is. And while we're here, -4, we're going to get a blade stock thickness. Ooh, it's a thick blade right there, 0.15. Usually the average in the channel is 0.12. So 15, that is, yeah, that is a little bit of a thick blade. And then as far as the handle width goes here, right, 0.52, that's going to be a little bit thicker than the average 0.5 on the channel, right, half an inch, so a little bit over that, 0.52. Hope you guys really enjoyed this one. If you made it to the end, you're the real MVP. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one, either this one or this one. Peace.